Motorcyclists are victims of approximately 25% of all vehicle theft. Despite representing only 3% of the potential vehicle theft targets, this makes them 7 times more likely to be stolen than any other vehicle. MAG are hosting a series of public meetings across the UK aimed at raising the profile of the fight against motorcycle theft. Gillingham in Kent and Birmingham have seen meetings earlier this year, with riders given the chance to hold the Kent and West Midland police forces to account. North Kent MAG was the first to host, and the following is an article taken from our bi-monthly members magazine, Open Road, by Colin Brown, featuring videos of the meeting itself. Thanks to the vast effort put into organising the event by Steve Mallet and Julian J.C. Quinton, the Kent public meeting was a great success. It is always hard to guess how many people will turn up when laying on this kind of meeting. I think the fact that so many came out on a wet Wednesday evening is testament to the fact that riders are passionate on this subject. I was wondering whether we would get any MAG should be doing more sentiment, but I suppose with the Kent PCC, Matthew Scott, and Kent Police sat down the table from me, we were pretty safe. The fact that MAG had organised the meeting is of course the perfect demonstration of what MAG can and is doing. We were providing the platform for riders to hold people to account. In my opinion, the opportunity to ask questions and make criticisms face to face is far more effective than any social media ranting. The immediacy of an environment where questions cannot be selected, vetted and sanitised is worth the effort. The authorities could not brush off a lobbyist's claims as exaggerating the true interest of those we represent. It was quality engagement. Equally, it was civilised and respectful. We were treated to information from the police and what I thought was a reasonable willingness to accept the need for improvement by the PCC. It was acknowledged that the service received BO 101 is suboptimal, but it was interesting to see the promotion of Kent Police's My Community Voice system. This is a system that allows individuals to communicate directly with police officers as opposed to through a call centre. The police need for intelligence is undeniable, but experience with reporting and updating through 101 shows that civilian call handlers largely muffle the messages.
101, they went for the rigmarole. 101 again is a common theme here. 101 was a problem.
The question of communication was probably the most stressed issue coming through from the audience. There was a clear message that the good people of Kent want to see real police officers in their communities doing patrols on foot. This may seem anachronistic to some, and certainly it's a reversal of the trends in policing over the last half-century. The Bobby on the beat is something that's valued by the public, and I think, for good reasons. A police force that rides around in cars and communicates remotely and often through intermediaries is never going to be integrated into the society it's supposed to serve. The simple human interaction between officers and the public is, in my opinion, where real policing should begin. This does not mean that we should reject or ignore the benefits of modern communication tools. I would urge all readers to look into whether their local force has a similar system to Kent's My Community Voice. I live in the jurisdiction of West Mercia Police, and the system they run is called Neighbourhood Matters. I expect it operates in the same way as Kent's system. I receive email alerts from named police officers in my local neighbourhood, and I can message them back directly without going through 101. It works. Recently I received an alert entitled Stolen Motorbike. It said, "There is a black pit bike which is riding around a horse fair in Springfield Park. It has been ridden by 2 males in balaclavas and it is suspected stolen. If you see this, know where it is being kept or know who is riding it, then please let us know." Later that same day, I received a further notification. The motorbike which was riding around horse fair in Springfield Park this afternoon has now been located and seized. It was stolen from an address on Stourport Road and was subsequently found hidden in a back garden. Thank you everyone for your help and patience. The riders today have been identified and will be dealt with. Secure parking was also raised. Usefully, Steve Mallet was able to explain the extensive work he and others have done in the region to get secure rails put in at many motorcycle parking bays. Usefully, Steve had invited a member of Medway Council who, no doubt to deflect attention from the council, challenged the PCC to give the council some funds for more secure rails. This kind of wheeling and dealing in public is perfect. The PCC could hardly refuse in these circumstances. I have no doubt that Steve will be making sure that the funding promise and subsequent implementation commitment from Medway are honoured. If they are not, the Council and PCC will have a hard time denying that the promises were made with over 100 witnesses and several cameras in the room. Further meetings are planned for Hull, Nottingham, Manchester, London, Cardiff and Edinburgh, so please check the video description for further information and be sure to come along to have your say.